Today we are going to talk about the post-mortem autopsy of Getaround and HyreCar. What happened exactly? I'm going to take you through everything I have seen over the last 5 years with them so that you can get a real good understanding of where things went south and when it happened exactly. Before I get into that, click below, grab the 5 things you must do before starting a car rental business. It also comes with a free 15-minute consult with me if you want to talk and get going in this industry. I'm more than happy to have a quick chat. So let's dive into the Getaround post-mortem autopsy. What happened exactly? Let's start this back in 2020. I first started their pilot program in 2020. I had been doing private rentals the previous 4 years, and so my initial impression of them was pretty solid. The numbers weren't as good as private rental agreements, but I did like how passive it was, and it didn't seem that hard to deal with. And at the time, I had those cars up in North New Jersey, and I was down in Atlanta, and I was able to manage the cars remotely. So let's jump forward to 2021. I felt like their claims team was really not that good that year. It was the type of year when you would file the claim when a renter had done something to your car, and they would just keep denying stupid things. And additionally, that was the year when they would charge you $100 for a claim fee, which was super annoying. I know that left a sour taste in a lot of hosts' mouths. I will say in 2022, this was a pretty solid year for Getaround. Most of my cars averaged around $1,200 a month, and everything was getting rented and moving pretty smoothly overall. So I felt like 2022 was definitely a good year for Getaround. In late 2022, Getaround had their IPO on the New York Stock Exchange, which I went to. Now, I will tell you that there was a lot of excitement that day being there. I got to meet the whole team. Unfortunately, this was one of the worst IPOs in the history of the New York Stock Exchange. Getaround's starting stock price started at $10 and dropped to 25 cents within a few hours. And frankly, after Turo saw that, I think they decided to slow roll that IPO. But it was really in 2023 that, in my opinion, was the beginning of the end. That was the year they launched their Trust Score AI system that was determining which renters could and could not rent your cars. And this was the year that the AI decided to charge each renter $1,500 deposit to rent your car. And so nobody would rent your cars anymore, and they lost a ton of people off of the platform. Also that year, claims were a total mess. Nothing was getting paid out, lots of delays, and so lots of people left the platform. So in May of 2023, Getaround acquired HyreCar, and at the time, I really thought this was a risky purchase because of all the issues that HyreCar has had over the years. I mean, the one thing is consistent with HyreCar, it's always been a mess. So while they did become the undisputed rideshare rental provider, I do think that HyreCar ultimately brought them down. In 2024, Getaround went through mass layoffs, changed their whole team. Their CEO and founder, Sam Zaid, stepped down. They completely restructured the company. Now, based on all the different initiatives that they had going on, like the new Drive with Uber expansion, the new profit splits coming out, they had all kinds of stuff going on. That's what really surprised me about this abrupt plug pulling of Getaround, is because there was so much going on and it seemed like a lot of good things were going to happen for Getaround this coming year. Overall, I'm not super surprised this happened. I just expected it to happen back in 2024, and I didn't really think that it would make much of a comeback. However, my issue with Getaround has always been that they were overly tech focused and really just didn't care about the marketing piece of the business. And we could see that most people would complain about the marketing of Getaround because they felt like they had a good technological product and a good app, but just nobody really knew about it. And unfortunately, that ended up killing the company. As anyone can attest to in this business, especially Uber car share, getting cars onto your platform is the hardest thing for this type of business. So overall, that is my full autopsy post-mortem analysis on the crash of Getaround and HyreCar. Drop some comments below. I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Before I go, click below, grab the 5 things you must do before starting a car rental business. I will catch you in the next episode. Thank you.